Bonjour, hello, welcome to our presentation of The Flower of Freedom by Deborah Reeves. This is chapter 17, and as always, both the book and the presentation are sent to you with all rights reserved. Now take your seat. Your burdens don't fit in that chair. Just leave them outside the door. You really don't need them right now, and they'll be there if you want them later. Your seat awaits. Make yourself comfortable. Settled? Here we go. Chapter 17, Plans. Dr. Donovan said, "If you were anyone else, I would say that while your plan is noble, you would not be able to sustain the drive to accomplish it. You would be in an unknown country, among unknown people, with stars in your eyes, and yet I have watched you since the moment you were born. I have seen who you truly are, and I have no doubt in my mind that you could accomplish what you are setting out to do, because you are Anne-Marie's daughter. You have her resolve. It will break your parents' heart, but I promise that I will work to help them understand your noble ideals in this. You will have to help Bertie understand, though, because I will have no sway with him, and he will feel abandoned. Somehow, though, I believe you can convince him after a time. The plan sounds reasonable to me, but I think you should ask the adoption lawyer. You know that he's my brother-in-law, right? I can call him right now and ask him to see you as soon as you can walk over there. I would feel better knowing that we had all our bases covered." "That's a great idea. Can you give me the address? I don't have much money, though." Dr. Donovan handed her the lawyer's card from his desk drawer. "Marie, if he charges you for this visit, he will never be invited to my house for dinner again, and he can deliver his wife's next baby himself. Is it okay if I share what your plan is so that he can think about it for a few minutes before you arrive?" "Sure," she said as she left his office. "And thank you for always being there for me. Don't forget, I'll want a reference for medical school, and I'm counting on you." "You got it," he chuckled as he waved goodbye. He mentally rehearsed what he would write in that letter. A few minutes later, Marie was sitting in the lawyer's office. He was aware of the situation from Oscar's call the day that the private investigator arrived, and he had been updated by Dr. Donovan. He had a few ideas too. "Chère Marie, first let me tell you that you are very brave, but my brother-in-law tells me that you come by that honestly. I think your plan is workable, and that you do potentially have some leverage right now. Given the fact that the estate in France should belong to your mother, it should be yours. I think it might be possible to get things that you are suggesting, but perhaps we should consider getting it all in writing before you agree to go. It's easy for people to say they will do this or that, but unless it's in writing, it's not guaranteed that they will follow through. I think you are wise to come to me. Dr. Donovan and I would be happy to go to your parents to explain the strategy to them, if you wish." "You would? I would be so grateful," she exclaimed. "Time is of the essence, though, given that your uncle's ultimatum has been delivered. And so, do you think we could go this evening? Dr. Donovan and I could visit at 7 if that would work. We both have a free evening. Will your parents be home?" They discussed the plan for 15 minutes, and then Marie left Jean-Claude's office to walk home. They set an appointment for 7 that evening. After dinner, Marie and Bertie did the dishes, and Marie made sure that the apartment was presentable. Her mother looked at her skeptically and said, "What's up, Marie?" "You'll see, Mama. It won't be long now." And it wasn't. They knocked on the door at precisely 7, and Oscar was delighted to see them. He invited them in with a quizzical look. "To what do we owe the pleasure?" he asked. Dr. Donovan sidestepped his question by asking Bertie how he was, and then he asked if he had seen a popular movie that had just been released. Bertie said he hadn't, and Dr. Donovan told him to take Marie to the movies, and he handed him the cash. He said it was on at the cinema in the plaza in half an hour, and that he was treating. Bertie jumped up at the offer, and he told Marie to hurry along. They were going to the movies. After the young people had left, the lawyer, Jean-Claude, and Dr. Donovan got right to the point. They laid out the issues. They gamed out the scenarios and strategies and the likely outcomes, none of which were good. Then they presented the one that Marie had outlined. When Oscar objected, Dr. Donovan told them of her visit after school, of her deep concern for them and for Bertie. The lawyer spoke up about the documents that he could legally bind the uncle to live up to the things he promised. The lawyer promised to negotiate on her behalf. He reminded them that not every young person would have come up with such a plan, and that she was now 16. By the time she's 21, she could have an undergraduate degree, and she would be an adult, free to make her own decisions. She would then also own an estate in France, Jean-Claude reminded them. Oscar and his wife sat back against the sofa and looked at one another with horror. Oscar finally said, "We saved her once. Maybe it's time to give it back to her. It's not our life after all." That's the conclusion of chapter 17. Thank you for coming. We always love it when you're here. We hope to see you for the next one, chapter 18, Choosing Sides. As always, it's Deborah Reeves. Thank you for coming. Bye.